Hello everybody, welcome to the Real Life Health Show, and here I am. It's mango season, and here I am with my fruit trees, and they are just rocking. Got so many mangoes, they are just rocking. And a lot of people are looking for mangoes now, and these mangoes here are for sale all over South Florida, and it's just a wonderful thing. Now, I went to North Florida recently, or to Central Florida, to the Orlando area, and a little bit south of Orlando in this particular video. I'm going to make a couple of videos now with me in Central Florida all over. But in today's video, I'm with a man, John, who's 90 years old. He might even be 91 years old. He looks amazing. His health is amazing. But what impressed me so much was he lives in a place called Babson Park, Florida, which is a little south of Orlando, but way north of West Palm Beach, maybe 2.5 hours. And he was on this hill, on this slope. And I got another video with another person, Josh, who has a property next to him. And both of them are growing tropical fruit trees all the way up there, successfully. And where they live is on a big hill. Whoever knew there were hills in Florida, right? South of a lake. Beautiful, one of the most beautiful places I've been to. But this guy had mango trees, and since he's 90 years old, they're older mango trees. They've been there a long time. He's been there a long time. He actually used to live where I used to live here in Lake Worth, Florida. Anyway, so today I'm going to show you his property, his mangoes, and I'm also going to tell you and remind you again that this man is in this place where they usually don't grow mangoes. And if you drive past his block, it says mangoes and lychees for sale. Mangoes and lychees for sale all the way up there. If you are in the Central Florida, Orlando area, or even down here in South Florida, and you want to get mangoes at an amazing price, I'm going to put the contact information, the address of where to find this man, because wow. Not only is he the coolest, most amazing man in terms of his age and his health, his farm looks amazing. He actually has his fruit tree farm, or his fruit trees, for sale. He's selling his fruit trees, or he's selling not just the trees, the land. He's selling 2 or 3 acres out there. I'll put a list into that real estate link below as well. If you want the trees in this video to be yours, check out the listing and the link, and you can buy those trees. But he's selling the mangoes, I think, $2 a pound, which is like unheard of today. You can go there. It's worth the drive. A couple of hours if you're down south, half hour if you're Central Florida, to get unlimited amount of mangoes and lychees. Anyway, check out these trees. Remember, this was in Central Florida, absolutely amazing. And this man, you're not going to believe it, but he's 91 years old. So here it goes. Okay. Everybody, this is John, and this is John's mangoes. But we are not in tropical South Florida where I live. We are 2.5 hours northwest of South Florida. What's the name of this city?
Babson Park.
Babson Park. And they're able to grow tropical fruit here. He's growing lychees and he's growing mangoes. Look at all these mangoes, amazing mangoes. Only locally he's selling it. And the amazing thing is, since we're not in the high price South Florida, $2 a pound locally. So if you want to drive 2.5 hours and get some mangoes for $2 a pound, he has lemon meringue, and he has, what other varieties does he has?
Saigon, Namdok, ice cream mangoes.
Now, where'd you get these trees from?
Nurseries.
Different nurseries. Now, here's another cool thing. John is 70 years old. Now, tell everybody how old you are, John.
I'm 91 years young.
91 years young. And how did you grow up growing fruit?
No, but I've been in it for 50 or 60 years.
Okay, so it's always
down in West Palm Beach.
Oh, I live in West Palm. Oh, wow. So you were growing fruit in West Palm Beach, yep. And then you moved up here.
Yes.
What made you decide to move up here?
The county confiscated the farm for eminent domain for a school.
Well, the county would kick you out. That would motivate people to leave.
But it was a good move. I'm glad I'm here.
Now, when you were looking for spots, did you know this was a great spot you can grow mangoes, or did you just take a chance?
Well, I was kind of put here for the reason, I believe, and I found it out after I got here.
After you got here, wow.
Yeah,
How many mango trees do you have here?
I don't know, maybe 20 some,
How many lychee trees?
10 maybe, 10
Wow.
lychees,
How big's the property?
5 acres.
5 acres. And another thing is, so 91 years old. You do this all yourself, yeah?
My wife is a big help for sure. And couldn't do it without her. But that's me. I'm up in the trees, picking and trimming and cutting and planting and mowing and weeding.
Wow.
Lots of weeding.
Wow. And is your wife around the same age as you?
She takes care of the front.
Is she around the same age as you?
No.
Okay, you got it. You got a much younger woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so before we even talk about the fruit, I know people that are half your age that they get too tired doing this. How tell us a little about your health. Like, how are you able to do all this? I mean, do you do anything special for your health? Do you just live natural and just let it happen?
I learned how to keep away from the things that are killing people and just not do them. And of course, what helps lots is I take over 100 vitamin and mineral pills a day.
Wow. Ever been to a doctor or no?
About, I think 25, 30 years ago, I was crippled up real bad. He told me that I needed a new hip. And I said, thank you. I walked out and I went into some research, and bought more vitamins and minerals, and I rebuilt my own hip.
Wow. Wow.
I've never been back to him since.
Wow. And before you got into growing the fruit, what did you do for a living?
I was a horse rancher, captain of a sailboat, rodeo, motorcycle riding, construction, kind of a little bit of everything.
And now you love growing fruit.
Yeah, this is the place to be.
All right. So compare this to West Palm Beach and growing the fruit. I mean, you grew fruit in West Palm Beach and now here. Major differences, major challenges, or what's the difference?
A bit more so because the weather is more violent. I call it yo-yo weather, up and down. And it's all a challenge, but that is all life is a challenge.
Sure. And when you came up here and you picked these fruit trees, did you pick these mango varieties were these your favorite, or did you have a reason why you picked these?
I picked them for variety, different tastes. Some come in a little later so they don't all get ripen at once. And got what I could. Back then you didn't have that much of a selection of what you could get. Now I understand there's a lot more.
Do you keep up to date on that? All the new stuff? No?
No need to.
Got
all I can handle, and that's enough.
That's wonderful. And so how do the fruit sell here? Do people come by often? Because we're kind of off a hidden path here. Do a lot of people come and buy mangoes?
Yes, I have a sign on Route 17, south of Babson Park, top of the hill. And just follow the signs and the arrows, and I'm 1 mile downhill.
Yeah.
And people come.
Besides your trees here, do you get many diseases with the mangoes that they have, like bacterial black spot or any of the powdery mildew?
I believe you keep a tree healthy, and you don't have that problem.
How do you keep the tree healthy? Do you spray anything?
I don't spray. I inject.
Oh, really?
Yes. If you spray on the ground or on the tree, you have the sun dissipating it. The tree don't get it as much. I inject it in the ground around the feeder roots. I inject fish emulsion, seaweed, minerals, and I douse as to the need of that. I make my formulas up by dowsing. That's my spiritual practice. And how many holes I have to inject around each tree. I may inject from 30 to 60 holes around each tree.
Now, when you say you inject, what does that exactly mean?
I have a wand with the pressure point 4 feet long. I just push it in the ground 3-4 inches, give it a squeeze, move on to the next hole.
Okay. And your trees here, do you plant them pretty far apart or pretty close or various different places?
Well, I started planting, I planted them too close. I spread them apart. This is after that. And in order to get my picker down in between them, that takes a lot of room.
So, for people that are new to this, what would you consider too close? How many feet?
Depending on the size the tree is going to grow. If the tree is going to be 50 foot around, you have to plant them far enough apart that they don't intermingle each other. So you're talking about at least 50, 60 feet apart, because if the branches intermingle, they shade, and they won't set fruit in the shade.
And what about pruning the trees, though? Do you prune your trees?
Very little. Very little.
But if people prune their trees, they can get away with a lot closer.
Well, they prune the branches off that's supposed to be setting fruit. So you can do a lot of pruning and get less fruit.
Yeah.
Tree's supposed to grow 50 feet around, let it grow 50 feet around.
What about the height? Do you ever prune the height of the tree?
Nope. Nope.
You have a lot of squirrels and things that eat the top of the fruit?
I don't have much of a problem with them.
And how do you get the fruit on the top? Do you have... Oh, look at that. There he goes. Not everyone has that access to that, but...
Well, up to a couple of years ago, I didn't either. But it seems like the taller the trees got, the longer a ladder I had to get. And the longer the ladder, the higher the climb. And when I turned 89, I decided I got to do something a little easier.
Yeah. So you were climbing up till 89 years old?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Could you take us to your grove and show us some of your trees?
Absolutely. Just go take a walk around and give you a little history.
Okay.
The history on that tree, that's a seedling.
Seedling, wow.
And I call it Martha.
Martha.
And it didn't bear for 10 years. I was going to cut it down. Martha wouldn't let me.
Who's Martha? Your wife?
My wife.
Okay. Yeah.
She said, give it a chance. I said, 10 years is a very good long chance, you know. 11th year, put out a dozen mangoes. The 12th year, it put out hundreds of mangoes. This is the 13th or 14th year. And
wow.
It's a good mango.
Early season or late season?
Very fortunate. I just cut down a mango tree that was 30 years old. There's the stump. Never bared anything you could eat.
Wow. So these are pretty good.
These are good.
What's the season, early or late?
Well, these were late last year and the year before, but this year they may not be as late because the heat and I believe the planets, which govern all harvesting and planting, and I think the planets are getting a little mixed up on their signals, and basically I think it'll be early. They're all early.
Wow. Have you tasted these, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
a kid or a Kent type of thing.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Martha. Wow.
Is it a Kit seedling? It's a Kit, right? Kit seedling?
It's a kit seedling, yes.
Wow. Beautiful.
And what's that little one, Josh? The name of it?
The small tree?
That little one with the big.
Lancettia.
Well, I can't even pronounce it.
Look at this land. It's beautiful. All these trees. Yeah, we're 2 hours north. Wow.
That little tree, look at the size of the mangoes.
Wow. How old is that tree?
Pardon?
How old is that tree?
Well, it's 5 or 6 years old, but it had a bad experience getting broke off, and it's kind of just struggling back on its feet. And
And how many acres are you planted on here?
probably 4.
4 acres. Wow. Besides mangoes and lychees, do you grow anything else?
Avocado.
Avocado. How many?
Persimmons.
What?
Persimmons.
Wow.
That's a carry, right?
Cherry. Beautiful. What variety of persimmons do you grow? Do you know?
Fuyu.
Fuyu grows up here. Wow.
And the new one is
We grafted
Russian.
Rasa Inca and Honan Red.
Nice.
We just top worked those seedlings over there.
Yep.
So,
Very nice. And what kind of avocados do you have?
Well, day and them purple ones that you don't have to peel.
Mexicoa.
What are they?
Mexicoa.
No, the big purple ones.
Brogdon.
Brogdon. Yeah, Brogdon.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. So you got this big carry here, and then
Oh, this is a Asian mango, Saigon.
Saigon. Wow. Wow. So what happened to your trees in West Palm Beach?
Oh, I don't know. The school didn't rip out all of the parcel, so I don't know if I think probably some are still there.
And for everyone that is watching, this is amazing because I live a couple of blocks from where John used to live in. We just found that out. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well.
So beautiful, this place.
And a lychee tree.
Lychee. Doing well out here?
Oh, show them the jackfruit, John.
Oh, wow. John, is that fruiting jackfruit over there? Is there fruit on there?
Yep. There's not yet. But
Oh.
they're blossoming. Got them a couple inches long.
What kind of lychees are these?
Emperor.
Emperor, wow.
They're half ripe. They'll be a late bloomer. And I've picked that lychee tree. That was a Brewster.
An avocado right here. I'm still hard to believe we're on a hill here in Florida over a lake. It looks like California.
I've had people come here. They lived in Florida all their life, and they did not realize there was scenery and a hill as big as this in Florida. This hill that we're on has never been underwater. When the world was flooded, this was an island.
Wow.
So, as you know, in West Palm Beach, all you got shell rock beds and from millions of years of ocean. Not here. There's wildlife and things on this island that are nowhere else in the world. So the state has protected a lot of it. And these are Myers lemons.
Myers lemons. Another persimmon. Wow.
Yep.
Another lychee. Look how dark those lychees are. Wow.
There's a lychee tree ready to be picked.
What's that one?
Can't remember.
Well, we were noticing it seems like a lot of the Hayden lineage ones have all these psychedelic looking colors.
Yeah.
Let me smell that.
Maybe this one a cogshaw?
Yeah. It looks like and smells like a cogshaw.
It's compact, yeah.
And what I sell on the street there are tree ripened, ready to eat, soft, delicious mangoes that are all different flavors.
So if anyone's watching, you're
Avocado.
2 hours north of West Palm Beach. You can come get mangoes for $2 a pound, you said?
$2 a pound,
Wow.
ready to eat.
It's worth the drive. It definitely is. That's amazing. What's this one here, do you know?
Is it Glen? I don't know. I'm not that great on mango.
Looks like a carry, doesn't it?
I think we determined there was a Oregon down here too.
Pardon?
We determined there was Oregon down here.
That might be the
Glen.
one. That matches the one up above.
I think we thought there was a Hayden. There's definitely cogshaw. Oh, it's like a Valencia. A Valencia Pride?
Well, I wouldn't say Valencia just because how small the tree is.
Yeah, these are Valencias here.
This is a Valencia. Those trees aren't that big.
Pardon?
The trees aren't big for Valencia Pride.
Not that old.
Oh,
No.
okay. I thought he said
10 years.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. Well, your neighbor got some solar there.
They're growing.
I think that was what we determined was cogshaw.
That one, okay. Wow, what an amazing place. So I see you have water on your trees. Do you water your trees?
Oh, yes. Otherwise, they wouldn't live.
Even established like this?
Oh, they won't. Too dry is too dry. It's like the lychees. If you don't water them as they start to develop, drought, they just fall right off.
We're on the desert
Gotta
mound
have
here.
water.
That's right, you're high up. So what made you not plant your whole yard? Time-wise, or?
I knew I can't handle it anymore. So what I'm doing is I'm selling 2 acres down here with these trees to the lake. And you see, you can only do this with tropicals on this slope because you see that lake is 7 miles long, 45-mile shoreline, and when that northwest wind comes across it, it warms it up about 4 to 6 degrees. And down in Frostproof, 5 miles from here, everything freezes to the ground. Everything freezes to the ground across the lake there on the other side of the lake. And this is what you might say is a very special spot.
So you're selling how many acres here?
2 acres here.
2 acres.
I want to cut back.
Is that currently an active for sale for people that are watching, or is this something you're thinking of doing in the future?
Oh no, it's listed. I just listed it a month ago.
Anybody interested yet?
Yeah, I've had interest.
So what is 2 acres for here?
Yeah.
How much?
$376,000. No house on it.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's why there's nothing planted from here down. It's a spot for a house.
And what are these trees that were cut out here?
That's the last row of citrus trees that I cut out here. This was all citrus when I came here nearly 30 years ago. And I left that last row up as a windbreak for my young trees on this side of it. And I let the stumps rot and then just push the stumps over, and it doesn't tear up the soil or the water lines that are in it. So it's just easier to do that. But it's a nice view.
Now, is this lake, is it swimmable or is there alligators in it?
It is a pristine lake.
It's both.
Yeah.
That's the marina. Right
Swim with the alligators?
Right across the bay there. That's the marina. The only marina on the lake.
Well, this is very impressive. If people want to get mangoes and they want to know where you were located,
Yep.
How could they find you?
Coming south on Route 17. They go through Babson Park. They go up the top of the hill. I got a big sign on the left-hand side. And with an arrow pointing downhill.
I think
And I'm a mile from that sign, downhill.
I think that Cody Co Farms shows up on Google, and we're like 3 houses down. So that's another.
So you don't want to give your address, but people could find Cody Co Farms,
There you go.
which I did a video on. And if you want mangoes, do you sell them every day of the week?
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
7 in the morning, 10 in the morning to 7 at night.
So I'll put a link below to Cody Co Farms. This is Josh. I did another video with him. I'll put his link below, and John's a couple of houses away from.
Yeah, you can see those yellow
Josh.
flowers over there are us. So.
Okay. That's great. Look at this tree.
You need us to.
How about taking some samples? Tell me if they're ready.
We need to make sure these are good.
May I?
Absolutely.
Which ones are these?
Those are Brewsters.
Brewsters. Look at that. How, wow.
Minor,
Yes.
dig in there.
Yes, thank you.
My first lychee this year.
Josh giving his approval on them.
Excellent. So, for those of you that are watching, the mangoes are $2 a pound. The lychees are $5 a pound, which is a great deal here for lychees. This is a persimmon.
Yep. Persimmon.
Puyu persimmon. Wow. How old is this tree?
And they'll be ready in another month or so. That tree's probably 12, 15 years old.
How much are persimmons do you sell them for?
I don't know what they're good for this year.
Okay.
They're not that productive.
Oh, they're not.
I mean,
Why? Do you know?
for Fuyus, we're just a little south.
Got it.
But these are
the grafts Josh put on these trees for a different variety of
Which variety?
the persimmons.
This one's Ross Anka, which out where I was real productive, and then this is Honan Red, which is also good for South Central Florida.
This is an unusual avocado. You see the way they turned purple?
Yeah.
And they don't get much bigger than that.
Is that Mexicola or no?
I believe yes.
Wow.
But the thing I like about it is they come in early before any other avocado comes in, and they taste like butter.
When will they be ready?
When they're purple, they're ready.
They're ready now.
Ready now.
Wow. Is this
The ones that are deep purple.
Is it a seedling?
Pardon?
Is it a seedling or a graft? Did you get them from somewhere?
I bought them for a nursery.
Dragon fruit?
Dragon fruit. Yep. Martha's herb garden.
Pineapple. His wife's herb garden. Another big avocado.
Fuyus, mulberry, Brogdons. See, they're not even starting to get purple yet. But these you don't even have to peel the skin. You just cut them and eat them.
If you're watching this in 2025, you can probably stop by my place for fruit too.
Yes, I'm going to put Josh's link below for Cody Farms. He's got a lot of trees, and they're just going to grow just like this as well. It's 2023 right now, and I'll be coming back for updates on both of these places. And John also has that land available if you want to buy it, and you can grow some trees here as well. Put all the links below.
Yeah, I want someone that is on the same page as me and Josh that would appreciate it and increase the planting.
All right, everybody, there it was. That was John. Amazing guy. Like I said, those trees, remember, are for sale. That property is for sale. And the link is below, and you can check that out. But those mangoes, they're falling on the floor. Those lychees, they're sweet and they're ready. And you can drive there and see the sign, lychees and mangoes. I'll put the link below of how to get there. And you can get lychees and mangoes super, super cheap right off the tree. And also, I'm going to be doing another video with John's neighbor. Is growing not only fruits but an amazing edible greens. Just amazing what Josh is doing. I'll be doing another video with him coming up here shortly. But definitely get in touch with John. The information is below. Thank you, John, for what you're doing and for sticking it with this so many years. Your trees were beautiful, and I hope you sell all those mangoes. For me, everybody, it's worth the trip just to meet John. A healthy man in his 90s who's been growing a long time. For me, it's just the drive isn't enough to meet him. But to get mangoes at $2 a pound, these amazing mangoes. Now, he doesn't ship through the mail, so he won't ship through the mail. You got to pick them up. But for me, that's worth the ride. So thank you, John. And we'll be back again with his neighbor's interview of his property. Amazing little place in Babson, Florida. Until then, everybody, have a great day. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And please share this video with others. And let's help John sell those mangoes and those lychees. All right? We don't want them falling on the floor. We want them falling on people's bellies. Have a great day, everybody, and keep growing.